Hey everyone, so I said that I was going to do some more Unstable Unicorn content, so I decided to do something with the expansions. So yeah, this game has more to it than the base game. I think there's like 6 expansions. I have about 3 of them. So yeah, basically, I know it's a bit of a mess right now, but I'm going to go over the Dragons expansion pack and just sort of talk about it. Like I have some scattered cards, so I'm just gonna I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna have to put this down for a bit, the camera down for a bit. And I'm definitely gonna be like flipping I'm gonna be flipping a lot of cards because I don't know which like way it's going. So I mean, yeah. So the main thing about each the thing about each expansion pack is that like it has a few new basic unicorns, and it just has um a lot of new magic unicorns and magic cards. Like this one has a lot of new magic cards and upgrade and downgrade cards. So yeah. So starting off with our first card, this is the basic unicorns. Or basically they have no special ability at all. They're just cool. They just like are weird. They just sort of had So, High Roller Unicorn is a basic unicorn card. Critical hit, it's basically like going off of Dungeons and Dragons, and where it's like, oh, like, High Roller, he's a high roller. So, then we have Dragon Cosplay Unicorn. It's not a costume, it's a way of life. So, it's basically just like a cosplayer, you know? It's cool. Yeah. Then we have the final one. Unicorn with a dragon tattoo. At least it's not a lower back tattoo. And basically he's just got a tattoo on his body. He's looking smug. And now here's our first real card. Dragon's Blessing. Downgrade cards have no effect. In your stable have no effect. So basically, there's these upgrade cards you can play, and then you have downgrade cards you can play on other people's stables to kind of screw them over, like put them like in a worse situation. So now there's Dragon Scorching Stables. Each player must sacrifice all upgrade and downgrade cards. So basically, if they had a good board with upgrade and downgrade cards, yeah, you could just play Dragon Scorch Stables, and yeah. See, this is what I meant by, I meant like the combo that I went over last time. It was pretty good, but it's not like foolproof. Like there's always going to be something to counter it. Angry Dragoncorn is basically like in a different card. There's a card called Friendly Dragoncorn. This is basically the opposite of it. A lot of these cards are like opposite cards. So we have Angry Dragoncorn. When this card enters your table, each player must discard cards. So each player must send a card from their hand to the discard pile. Then we have Dragon Protection, where your unicorn cards cannot be destroyed or otherwise affected by triggered effects from any other player's cards. So basically, it's like you can't do anything to my cards. You can't do anything to my unicorn cards. So, because if this card was you can't do anything to any of my cards, then the game would just become a run to play more unicorn cards than your opponent. Dragon Turtle Unicorn is a really easy effect. When this card enters your stable, draw a card, so it's just an easy draw. And then we're gonna go into the subset of Magic Dragon Unicorns. So there's like different types of unicorns, and like one of the biggest types, I'm gonna put the camera down for a bit, is Magic. So like they're the ones with the special effects. They have a blue horn in the top left corner, and basically every card with dragon in its name has to do something. Every dragon, like unicorn, has to do something with dragons. So I think I'm gonna consider this as a completely different subset of cards. So like in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like archetypes. So this is the Unstable Unicorn's Dragon archetype. So you saw the first card with Dragon Turtle Unicorn, but then this is the main thing that I'm talking about. So Dragon Tamer Unicorn is when this card enters your stable, you may search the deck for a card with dragon in its name and add it to your hand. Shuffle the deck. See, this is what I'm talking about. It has so many these ones have effects that consider dragon in the name, you know? So Mage Unicorn is when this card enters your stable, you may search the deck for a magic card and add it to your hand, and then you can shuffle the deck. So you can grab like a magic card like this. I don't even know what this is. So like green star in the top left corner, you can play that. You can and shuffle the deck. Sacred Flying Unicorn is not another dragon type, but I mean it's another flying unicorn. So of course it has if this card would be sacrificed or destroyed, return it to the hand instead. When this card enters your stable, each player must sacrifice a card. If this card would be sacrificed or destroyed, return it to the hand again. Sorry, I'm gonna just say that this means that Swift Flying, all the Flying Unicorn cards would just go back into your hand. I just sort of put it in the graveyard to sort of make an example. Yeah, just to put an example for how that would work. Now, Dragon Rider Unicorn is when this card enters your stable, you may move any upgrade or downgrade card from any player's stable to another player's stable. So it's basically I get the good effect or I get the bad effect, or I can move the bad effect from me to another person. Friendly Dragoncorn is the exact opposite of Angry Dragoncorn. When this card enters your stable, each player may draw a card. Dragon Unicorn is when this card leaves your stable, you must destroy a unicorn card. So, yeah. Then Dragon Summoner Unicorn is when this card enters your stable, you may search your discard pile for a card with dragon in its name and add it to the hand. Dragon Slayer Unicorn is unicorn cards in your stable cannot be destroyed or otherwise affected by cards with dragon in its name. Now here's each one has its specific type of nay. So Nay Foul Beast is play this card when any other player tries to play a card. So if that player's card being played, then you discard card. That's basically just a normal nay text. Dragon's Kiss is a magic card where search the deck for a magic card and immediately play it, shuffle the deck. So I have no idea. I'm going to be honest, this one doesn't really sound that good, except for, shuffling the deck, I guess. So now we have another double pairing. So we're going to see these two are different, sort of basically opposites. So Dragon's Curse is if this card's in your stable at the beginning of your turn, you must discard your card. So this is Dragon's Curse, and then Dragon's Fortune is basically the exact opposite, but it does have a much different effect. If this card is in your stable during the beginning of your turn, you may sacrifice this card, so send it to the discard pile, and then you can take another turn. So that's a really good effect. So Dragon's Breath is a really easy yet effective card to understand what it does. Just destroy a unicorn card. That's it. Yeah. Dragon's Fire is sacrifice to destroy an upgrade or downgrade card. So basically, sorry, I know it's a bit of a mess over here. Dragon's Breath and Dragon's Fire are basically another one of those opposites, but they deal with different rows. So Dragon's Blessing is downgrade cards in your stable have no effect. So yeah, if your opponent wants to destroy you, they're just gonna have to take Dragon's Blessing out of your stable as quick as possible. Now, actually, so you could consider. I think I forgot. I thought that Dragon's Curse was the one. Dragon's Misfortune is the opposite of Dragon's Fortune. I am sorry, guys. So yeah, so this is actually the last card because these two are just the same cards we've seen: A Foul Beast and Dragon's Kiss. Dragon Misfortune is when this card is in your stable at the beginning of your turn, shuffle the card from your hand into your deck. So it's basically into the deck. So it's basically you start your turn, you must choose one card and shuffle it back in. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. So I think that this expansion is actually really cool, but I consider it to be one of the most I consider this card to be, one of this expansion to sort of be almost like an archetype, in Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a trading card game. There's a bunch of different archetypes, I don't know, yeah, but if they have something in their name, you can do something destroy a card or take this name out of the graveyard or something like that. So I consider this being one of those things with stuff Dragon Tamer and Dragon Tamer, Dragon Summoner, all that stuff. So yeah. And I just think that it's a fun time. So next video, which will probably be uploaded pretty soon, I will show you what the Rainbow Apocalypse expansion pack is. Not gonna lie, there's actually a lot of reprint cards, so I'll just sort of tell you, oh, this card is a reprint, or this card isn't a reprint. Then Unicorns of Legend, which is like a fantasy one, which I really enjoy this. Me and my mom use this expansion pack the most. So yeah. Goodbye.